Hey there guys, welcome back to Cop Talks and another video. So today I want to talk about taxes and how they apply to police officers and more specifically Texas peace officers and a few things that you can do and, get done that might help you out in the long run. So I am by no means a tax expert or anything. These are just some things that I've come across in the past couple of years that have kind of helped me out a little bit, and I just thought I'd pass those on. And first off being, keep your receipts. Keep your receipts for everything. Keep your receipts for, your uniforms. If you have to get them, tailored, if you have to get them dry cleaned, if you have to get them repaired in some way and it's not covered by the department, things like that. Keep receipts for ammunition whenever you go practice, not just qualification. Of course, if your agency does not provide you ammo for qualification, which hopefully they do, keep those receipts. I have kept almost all my receipts for ammunition, for almost all my ammunition, because I do use those for either duty use or for training and practice. So if I go to a training class and it's got, 1,000 round requirement, I keep that receipt. Holsters, equipment, if you had to buy a new belt because it wasn't time for a new uniform allowance or something like that and you had to go buy your own, keep that receipt. Another good one is mileage. You want to keep track of all your mileage. I've had to use my personal vehicle a couple times at work for for funeral processions. I was compensated hourly for that, but my mileage was not compensated. So I kept track of all my mileage, and sometimes if I got called into work, like if it was my day off, if I wasn't supposed to be working and I got called in, I kept track of that mileage because, I was not being compensated, but I was, having to go into work. Therefore, it was uncompensated mileage. Another thing you can keep track of is anything volunteer work wise, right? Any kind of charitable donations, any work like that. Let's say you guys are doing a fundraiser for, a cancer society or something like that, some kind of charitable work, and you made a contribution or a donation, or even just time-wise, you donated some time. You can document all that and you can apply it to your taxes. Of course, bring all this to a CPA and make sure that, you have document all of it, take it to a CPA and let them work with it. Another thing that I claim on my taxes, and this is also because I do run a home business out of my home as well, but I do claim a certain square footage for work. It's office space. I come home and I type reports up at home. I, clean and prepare my equipment here. I clean and prepare other people's equipment. I do gunsmithing for my agency and stuff. So all that is work that I am doing at home, and I count this square footage as workspace. So they can deduct that from your taxes. They can help you out, just that little bit of square footage. Of course, if you got like a 4,000 square foot house and you use 20 square foot of space for work related things, it's maybe not going to help you out too much, but for me, it helps. As far as going along with the receipts, I purchased a backup firearm, a Glock Model 43 a while back, and that was back in the second one I bought was in 2019. So I kept the receipt for that one, and that is most definitely going to be going to my CPA as well. It is counted as law enforcement equipment, therefore it is work-related materials and should be taxed differently. One of my main things, though, that I wanted to get across, is especially for Texas, is take advantage of some of our tax paperwork, right? Some of our forms and things like that. And one of those forms being the request for confidentiality, right? So the reason why this is so important, to me at least, is that you, as a peace officer or a police officer, an agent, whatever you are, chances are people are going to come looking for you. I've been followed home once or twice. My girlfriend has been followed home once or twice. Thankfully, she's been a little trained in counter surveillance, so she recognized the tail and managed to lose him. But people, you're going to piss people off. That's just, nature of the beast. So you can actually request that your address, because it is public record, tax information is public record. If you go to the, county appraisal district website of your specific area, you can type in a first, last name, a specific address, or whatever, and it'll basically tell you who the owner is. And if your home is not owned by, say, a corporate holding, like let's say you started your own business corporation or whatever, and you purchased your home and it's held underneath that home, it would show the individual's names. Like it would have my first and last name as the owner and occupier of this property. You can request confidentiality underneath the tax code section 25.025. And the people that qualify for this is anybody in the address confidentiality program, anyone in the armed forces, attorney general employees, a commissioned security officer, a corrections department, county jailer, district, county or municipal attorney, a victim of family violence, federal judge, firefighter or emergency services personnel, because there's people really coming after them. Juvenile justice program, probation supervision officer, medical examiner, peace officer, big keyword right there, protective services caseworker, anybody that's a victim of sexual assault, abuse, stalking, or trafficking, state judge, state officer, Texas Civil Commitment, Texas Department of Criminal Justice, Juvenile Justice Department, U.S. Attorney, U.S. Criminal Investigator, or U.S. Federal Protective Services. Those are any of the qualifications, not just peace officer. But if you don't do this, you can be found in public records and it can take you straight to your address. Now, the thing is, you have to file this every year, right? So I tried to do this for tax year of 2019. I was not able to do it because I was not occupying the house I'm currently in since January 2019, but I did get it qualified for 2020. So at least during 2020, my name won't be attached to this. They'll just basically assign me a number. You do have to indicate what type of property it is, and you do have to fill one of these out for each property. You have to put your name, the name of the property on here if it's different, primary phone number, email address, and then the home address. So you can put, is it a single family residence? Is it a multifamily? Like, is it an apartment, whatever, vacant land, commercial, real estate, oil, gas, minerals, what is it? Let them know what it is. And you can do this for every single property that you own. And that way, even if you own a lot across town or something that's empty and that's where you get your mail at, because you don't want it coming to your actual house or whatever, it still won't pop up whenever some dirtbag tries to look it up on the county appraisal district. So, it comes in handy every once in a while. Because most time criminals are not that smart, but it's not the dumb ones you got to worry about. But yeah, no, this doesn't cost anything. The only thing you have to provide is a driver's license with the address, your home address on it, a department issued identification or state, issued identification showing what you are, who you are, or some kind of paperwork, such as if you're a victim of family violence or sexual assault or abuse or stalking. If you have some court paperwork, anything like that, you just show them that at the county appraisal district. And man, they got mine done in like a day, But yeah, no, this is definitely something you should look into. It's so easy. It doesn't cost anything. When you're filing your homestead exemption, when you're filing whatever other exemption you're claiming, go ahead and throw this in there too, because it doesn't hurt. It can only help. And, it just keeps you out of the eye of the public just a little bit more. Anyway, guys, I just wanted to give you a couple tips and tricks that I found on, some tax stuff. It's tax season, so I thought it was appropriate and, figured it would help. If not, oh well, sorry, couldn't help you too much. But if you did like this video, go ahead and leave a like and subscribe. Helps me out a lot. If you have any other questions about anything, you can just go ahead and hit me up down in the comments below or at coptalks@gmail.com. And, stay cool out there. Stay good. Always be a power for the greater good. Don't be a speed bump. Be a speed limit sign. And, yeah, I guess I'll just catch you in the next one.